Hello, I'm William. Welcome to the Wine Room at Putnam Market. And this is the third of my predictions as we come to the end of 2022. And here we have in front of us a bottle of Piedmont wine. It's Dolcetto. Now, Dolcetto today is poo-pooed. Oh, it's wine for easy drinking. Nobody takes it seriously. It's fresh. Drink it within the first couple of years. And why would that be? Why would that be when 50 years ago, Dolcetto was the most sought after and the most highly prized grape from the whole of the Piedmont? And I think I know why, and I think I'm going to tell you. And the reason it's no longer so highly prized is because, again, driven by demand in the United States principally, but also in the United Kingdom, demand for Barolo, made from the grape variety Nebbiolo, soared. And so did its critical acclaim, and so did its price, and so did the income of all of the growers who had Nebbiolo vines planted, particularly in Barolo and Barbaresco, but also all around in that area, round Alba and Asti, all of which was encompassed in a big appellation which is known as the Langhe. And Langhe wines, you can put the grape variety on the label, so people in this country particularly could look at these Piedmontese wines and say, here's some Nebbiolo. And guess what? This Nebbiolo is not $70 or $80 or $90 a bottle. This Langhe Nebbiolo is only $20 a bottle. Now, what is the matter with that? And I will tell you. What's the matter with that is that it's hard to ripen Barolo. And typically in Piedmont, what you would find is that those slopes facing east would be planted to Dolcetto. Those slopes which were facing south would be planted to Barolo because Barolo needs all the sunshine. Nebbiolo needs all the sunshine it can get fully to ripen. And those slopes which were facing to the west, they'd be planted to Piedmont's other red wine grape, Barbero. But with the commercial and financial incentives to plant Nebbiolo, the last 20 years has seen the systematic ripping up of Dolcetto vineyards, and they're being replaced by Nebbiolo vines. Now there's a problem with that, because the Nebbiolo doesn't fully ripen. And this Nebbiolo, grown on these east-facing slopes, gets bottled as Langhe. And the quality, though sometimes it can be excellent, the quality is not what it ought to be. Instead of having that bell-like clarity that top-quality Nebbiolo has, it starts to have that kind of generic, nice red wine character to it. Now, who objects to that? The people who have vineyards in the hallowed districts of Barolo and Barbaresco, because they can see what's going to happen is by association with the Nebbiolo from the Langhe, their Nebbiolo, despite it being called Barolo and despite it being called Barbaresco, will start to become devalued. And what they can do to fix it would be to promote Dolcetto. And so you have interested parties, particularly in Barolo, particularly in Barbaresco, but also in Dogliani, which is a part of Piedmont which is particularly well suited for growing Dolcetto. They are saying, why don't you let us change the labels of the Dolcetto? So instead of it simply reading Dolcetto d'Alba or Dolcetto d'Asti, we could have something that might say Dolcetto de Barolo or Dolcetto de Barbaresco, so that people would be able to see that even though this might not be the grape variety that is making Barolo famous, it nevertheless comes from the same place and is made with the same care.